What's up, YouTube? This is the spiritual black butterfly. I'm here to enlighten and expose the secrets of the occult and how it has affected my life and the people around me, as well as maybe some of you. I've decided to not reveal the names of the people that's involved, but I will expose the plot and the plans of these witches and warlocks and narcissists in my life. I'm just going to put a disclaimer on this video for me revealing sensitive information, exposing government officials, and also I'm not a doctor, a nurse, or a government employee, so listen to my videos. You may hear me use profanity or something like that. I'm not a professional in any way. Therefore, please use, your own discernment when watching my videos. You will get my raw reaction to a lot of the things I'm going to expose. I'm only human, so I'm going to make mistakes. And on that note, I apologize in advance. So, in me starting this channel, I hope to open the eyes of those that are not in the know, or even those that know but aren't aware of how deep this spiritual warfare actually goes. I just want to say no, I have not received my justice as of yet, but it's coming. It is coming. These people, they really picked the right one. I'm very rebellious, so these people, they already know this by seeing me on every day, because right now I'm being gang stalked. So but I'm outside every day. They see me every day, so they know. But I'm the master of my own destiny. These people don't, all they plans and whatever it is that they trying to do, that shit don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me. I'm highly protected. And I already know I have a lot of faith in the Most High. So these people will see what this whole karma thing is about. That's the thing, people don't understand, that there's laws to this universe. We're just not just put on earth and, we just live and be happy and do what we want to do to random people. There's certain people that's off limits. You just can't do nothing to them. All that they've been trying to do all these years. I've been under attack for almost 20 years. This is crazy. Like, when are they going to get it that it's not working? It's not working. I'm living rent free in your head. Because you're not living in my head. And you're not going to drive me crazy neither. So get that out your head. Yeah, so they attacked me because of my spiritual beliefs. Because I've we've had conversations in the past, me and some of these people, like my ex and my neighbors and things like that, family members and stuff that has even came up against me and trying to attack me and whatever. People that was brought by my ex, pretty much. So it's not like they didn't know. They knew. It's just certain people, when you tell them who you are, they don't believe you. They create whatever they want to create in their head, and that's just how they go. They treat you according to whatever is made up in their head. I don't know which one of us is supposed to be the crazy one, whether it's me or them, because this is ridiculous. But anyway, these people don't like me because of the way I look, or the wisdom that I have, or my spiritual beliefs. these narcissists, my ex narcissist, my ex of 17 years, was sitting there trying to keep me blinded to the truth through voodoo. And, he even rallied up like a whole town of people. This is not even a town. This is like a state. These are different states that's involved. These people think I don't know what's going on because I come outside, I don't smile, my demeanor is like bland, so they can't read me. They don't know what I'm thinking, what I'm about to do next, or nothing, which is good, I guess, but I don't know. I know there's a lot of people going through spiritual warfares that have been trying to expose these occults and have not been successful, because the big picture that these people are trying to paint is that we're all crazy and they're the ones that's not crazy. This is just for them to go ahead and steal from us, whether it be spiritually, mentally, financially, energetically. So some of these people even have been unalived or have not received their justice. Unfortunately, in my situation, they picked the right spiritual black butterfly. I'm very rebellious. I'm not going to stop until this is over. And yeah, now it's to the point now I try to get my justice behind the scenes. I've been to the police. I've, contacted the feds. And nothing. Everybody just pretty much brushed me off. All right, cool. So now we're just going to go public with it because this is too much. Every time I come outside, I have a different car following me, a different person stalking me. They're even getting bold now. They're trying to pull up on the side of me to see if I'm going to get out my car. They've vandalized my vehicle, all types of crazy things. This is like, because everything that they tried to do secretly behind the scenes to me is not working. So now they're like, running out of options. They don't know what else to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually came and rung my bell. I'll wait for it because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. They didn't know that I was tapped in. That's what the problem was. They looked at me as, oh, this lady, whatever, whatever, always, doing whatever, trying to figure out what I do, trying to figure out how I'm making my money, trying to figure out why my kids are so happy, trying to figure out why my kids don't be outside. Always trying to figure out what I'm doing, but you need to worry about what you're doing. I'm not asking you about what you're doing because I don't care. I don't care. This is like, it's ridiculous. I just know they picked the wrong one. That's all I'm going to say. And this right here is going to cost a lot of people their freedom and their lives. Because when it comes down to universal laws, the karma that people are going to get for picking on a person that didn't do anything to them just because of your personal beliefs. And these are people that go to church, that have, spiritual beliefs, whether it be they believe in God or they believe in Jesus or whoever it is that they believe in. They believe in something, because why are we in a spiritual warfare? That's what spirituality is. It's, higher powers and different beliefs. But I'm very confident in the Most High having my back. And I'm finally now at peace with my situation where I can talk about it. So why not? Let's talk about it. I just want to bring clarity and guidance and knowledge on how to deal with the spiritual warfare for those that don't know. And I'm going to try to motivate, those that are on this journey and maybe open your eyes to some things that you probably didn't even know was a spiritual warfare, or that you was even in a spiritual warfare. But maybe you just didn't know how to put your fingers on it. But we'll figure it out. And I'm open to, questions, comments, and whatever. It don't matter. I also try to teach you guys on how to transmute, energy, how to keep your vibrations high, so these attacks don't work. I'll show you how to tap into your higher self. So, um, yeah, so you won't be a victim like I was, because I've literally been under attack for like 20 years, whether it be something as minor as trying to block my third eye, or me seeing something and someone gaslighting me like, yeah, no, you didn't see that. Yeah, no, you bugging out. You didn't see that. That type of thing. But I've literally been contemplating starting this channel for almost 2 years. I finally received the okay to go ahead and share my story, and here we are. So, another thing, people don't understand like how dangerous this is when it comes down to exposing these occults, because a lot of the times these occults are not just about witches and warlocks. Maybe, but you have, just like you have demons that walk the earth, you have angels that walk the earth. So a lot of the times, there's government officials and, lawyers, doctors, all types of, whoever, USPS, postal workers, whatever it is. And yeah, I guess you can say that they are, this is a spiritual war, but people can be brought, and that's the thing that get me. Like, how much, I just want to know how much was on my head, because this is crazy. Once I start telling y'all, my story, you're gonna be like, wow, yeah, they must have paid a lot of money for that. But we're gonna figure it out. And if I ever get a ballpoint figure, I'm gonna definitely share it with y'all, because I would like to know. If I ever see my ex again, I want to know. That's the only thing I want to know. How much was I worth? How much did you put on my head? How much did you pay these police? How much did you pay how much did you pay the Marines? How much did you pay, the feds? How much did you pay all these, the doctors, the lawyers? How much did you pay for these people to come into my life and ruin my whole life? That's what I want to know. But, yeah, it's a real dangerous thing. This is why a lot of people, they come out, they say their story, and then they just disappear, and people don't understand why. Some of these people just randomly die. It just look like a suicide, or they get unalived or whatever it is. I don't know what the guidelines is to YouTube. This is my first time starting a YouTube, so if we're not supposed to use that word, somebody just put it in a comment or whatever. Anyway, um, yeah, this is a lot of people have been victims. I've seen videos of people that do like voodoo, and they do voodoo on a person, and they make it look like the person is just, they just went crazy and they just randomly just, unalive themselves or whatever. But then I've seen videos also of the bottom of the ocean, of how many people are in jar spells and all types of stuff. People are really, really, really taking this spiritual warfare to a whole nother level. They really, really, really trying to destroy our lives. And for what? For our energy, our, destiny, and whatever it is. People are digging in people's birth charts and all types of stuff. I don't understand. Who gave you the right, and who told you that it was okay for you to go into another person's birth chart and find out what their destiny is, so you could come tarnish it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Shit is ridiculous. This is my way of releasing these people out of my energy. Me starting this channel is my way of letting these people go out of my energy for good. Even though they're outside my house, probably down the block in a car with some binoculars or something like that, I don't care. It's like I'm in the club and they just can't get in. That's it. I don't think about these people. I don't care what they got going on. I don't have any questions for them. My only thing that I have for them is I forgive you because you didn't know what you was doing. But even when you found out, you still decided to attack me. That's where your karma is going to come in at. That's what you're going to have to live with. That's what your kids is going to have to live with. See, people don't understand once we come to earth, we meet with our spiritual team, right? And our spiritual team let us know how much karma we've built up in all the other universes that we've been on. And when you get here, this is where you serve your karma at. This is like jail, right? So either you're gonna change up what you've been doing all this time and be a good person, or you're gonna continue to live the demonic life you've been living, where you tarnish people and invade their privacy and things like that, like hacking phones and all of that type of stuff. But it's like these people don't understand that everything has an end date to it. It's gonna end one way or another, whether it be you going to jail or you being unalived yourself. But we don't have control of that. This is the Most High's plan. I'm literally like walking karma for these people, and they don't even know. They didn't even figure it out yet. But I guess once they see this video, they'll get it. It's gonna click one day. It's gonna click one day. Maybe not. I don't know, cause it's like it's been years already. These people then went so far as to doing suicidal spells on my kids. My son was 16 years old, ended up in the hospital for over a month because he tried to unalive himself by drinking a jar of pain pills. He drank 50 pills, and all of this because the teacher called me and told me, my son have until Wednesday, which I think this was like a Monday, to make up his schoolwork because the marking period was ending. So I'm sitting outside, right outside the house. I'm sitting in the car, and I see like my daughter, she threw something out the window. One of them threw something out the window. I got 5 kids, by the way. One of them threw something out the window, and I'm like, the older one, that one, he was supposed to be watching them. But he called himself, he went in the bathroom and started just guzzling down these pills. And the rest of them didn't even know. So I had to go somewhere, and then when I came back, I'm like, yo, he couldn't stop throwing up. He was throwing up, like, I was counting the minutes. I'm like, yo, you just threw up like 8 minutes ago. Now here you are, you're throwing up another 8 minutes later. Like, what was going on? And he was very open about it. And he told me, he was like, he drank some aspirins that he bought from the dollar store. And I'm like, what? But there was like signs. There was things going on before that led to that. Like he would have his window, he would have his blanket covering up the window, and the whole room would just be dark. It would be no light. He would just have like a light going behind the TV, and that was it. And I'm like, yo, every time I would come in his room, every day I would go in his room, I'd be like, yo, open up this curtain, open up the blinds, let some sun in here, and whatever. He would just, as soon as I would leave, he would just close it back like it's nothing. And then me, I was always like spiritual too, so I would wait till like everybody go to sleep at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I would get up and I would try to like sage the house and stuff like that. But at this time, I was in a relationship with my ex, And this was the goddamn devil. I was sleeping with the devil and didn't even know. But this one night, I said, let me sage the house whilst everybody sleeps. I'm walking around the house, it's pitch black, you know. I go in everybody's room. My son's room, I couldn't never get into this corner because his bed would be like in the four corner of a wall. So I wasn't never able to get in there. But every time I would go in his room, I would get this feeling like the hairs on the back of my neck would just stand up, like it's something in there, but I didn't know what it was. And mind you, the house that we was living in at the time, the house was literally on behind a graveyard, which I didn't even know. When I went to see this house, I just looked at the house and I looked at the backyard, like, oh, a little fenced in backyard. I said, okay, cool. I don't have to worry about the kids running out the yard. But I didn't even think to look over the gates, because over the gate it was a whole cemetery. It wasn't a big cemetery; it was a small cemetery because it was like a church down the block. So I guess it was all like church people that died or whatever. But yeah, so I couldn't sage my son's room all the way, and then I get to my room and I try to like sage over my ex-husband, and I just saw like his whole face just change. It was like a whole demon just came out and was like blowing the smoke back on me. I was like, yo, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. So from then, I started to, pay attention more. Then I took my kids on vacation. It was just me and the kids, and I left him home. I had a camera that I normally leave in my room. It stays in my window, and it's supposed to face outside the window to watch my car, in the front of the house, just so I know, so I don't have to run down 2 flights every time somebody ring the bell. But when I came back, this camera was off. I'm like, the whole time, we went to North Carolina, so when I came back, I'm like, on my way up, I'm like, I can't check the camera. The camera's not working. I keep trying to power it off, power it on, or whatever through my phone, but it wasn't working. This dude then went on top of the camera and turned it off on top. So we had a king size bed. When I came back, I'm like, I pulled the bed out. I'm like, and the wire is still plugged in. But I'm like, so why is the camera not on? It didn't even dawn on me until after I kicked him out, and I was packing my stuff because I was getting ready to move. But yeah, so I took my kids on vacation. We came back. Then I had this dog. It was a 130-pound Neapolitan Mastiff. One night, I took the dog up to the Bronx with me to go see one of my homegirls. And we came back down. And on my way back down, like the dog, he was in the back seat. He just like, I'm driving, and he just came and just licked my face. And I'm like I didn't know what was going on. I don't know if he was trying to show me affection or he already knew what he was about to do or what. But I know my neighbor, I had a neighbor that used to live 2 doors down. That this neighbor, come to find out, she was the witch. And I guess my ex-husband, he's the warlock. So, I didn't find out a lot of this stuff until like after things happened. Everything came like after. That's when I started getting clarity on a lot of this stuff right here. But my son, he was in the house. I went in the house when I came back with the dog. Earlier that day, we had went to a Target, and the kids picked out a toy that they wanted to get the dog. So they picked out the toy, and we get back to the house. Then my ex-husband, he left out the house and went 2 doors down and started chilling with the neighbor, the witch's her husband. So they're walking, he's telling me, oh, they're getting ready to walk up to these projects out here that supposed to be like one of the worst projects out here. But I'm like, why is he gonna walk up there? And he got a big ass truck outside. So I didn't say nothing, but he was out there drinking with the guy. And He was drinking with the guy. So they walked, they left. So I'm like, yo, I got things that I gotta do. I'm like, you know what? This was before I left. So I took the dog with me because I felt like he wasn't gonna be there to watch the kids. So that's the reason why I took the dog with me to go see my homegirl. And so when we came back, he was sitting outside with the neighbor, and he was trying to tell me what happened when they went to these projects. He said like 6 guys tried to follow them and all of this type of stuff. And he's busy telling me, trying to explain the story to me. And I'm like, I heard a boom. So I said, what's that? I said, open the door, let me see what that is. He's busy running off at the mouth, still trying to tell his story. I'm like, yo, open the door. What is that? When he opened the door, I said, let me see. And I tried to step over the guy because the guy had his legs right there by the steps. It was only like 4 steps to the ground. So I said, excuse me, I stepped over him and I went to push the door open. When I pushed the door open, I seen the dog walking to my son. So that fast, he done bit my son from up here all the way down here. My son had to get like 4 plastic surgeries done on his face. 9 years old. So after, I'm dealing with that, and my son's father, my ex, he's running around the house like, oh, I'm gonna kill this dog. I'm gonna kill this dog, and he's frantic, and he even went to the hospital and he was crying and everything like fucking bullshit. He was crying like, yo, like he really cared that his son got hurt. But you didn't tell me what was going on. My other son told me it used to be days that my room door would be locked. That he thought me and his father was in the room and we was playing around. He said, because I kept hearing a girl's voice. But I thought he said, but then you would come through the door downstairs. So who's that? That's not me. If I'm walking in the door. So it finally dawned on me that the neighbor was in my house sleeping with my man at the time, and she knew my 130-pound dog didn't like her because my dog was supposed to have bit her. He tried to bite her. I'm the one that stopped him from biting her. But so she was in my house and she was sleeping with my ex, and my ex would give my kids things to make them sleep longer, like melatonin and things like that. So my son said one day, he said that his father gave him something to drink and everybody went to sleep. He said, but he woke up first. He woke up earlier. And when he went to try to open my door, he said the door was locked. My bedroom door was locked. And he heard a girl in there making noises. So I'm like, well, what type of noises was she making? I'm like, was she laughing? What was they watching TV or something like that? He said, no. I said, well, what was it? They was fighting? I said, was it the TV? He said, no. I said, well, what type of noises? What are you talking about? He's 14 years, he's 15, he's about to be 15 now. But this was like last year he told me this. So he was like, I said, what was it, sex noises? He said, yeah. I said, oh. He said, but then you came in the door. So because we had 2 doors, one to go in and one to go out, that's what the whole setup was. I would come in the front and she would go out the back. Like these people are crazy, yo. These people are crazy. They play way too much. Way too much. But I don't know. We almost at 30 minutes on this video right here. This is my first video, so I'm gonna stop it right here and I'll come back again and share some more stories on, I have like mad stories. It's been almost 20 years I've been going through this. I kicked him out a year and a half ago, and he's still, I see him every day. He rides past my house every day. He don't live over here. We moved and everything. They done kicked my door in. So much stuff has been going on. It's crazy. So much stuff. They done hacked my phone. This phone is probably hacked right now. I don't even know. They throwing beauty spells through the phone. Like, I can't tell. People are retarded. But I don't know. I'm gonna stop it right here. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one.